Over the past year, we spoke with a number of organizations that decided to replace their denied party screening vendor. And interestingly, the reason is almost never price. What usually happens is that companies start to see gaps between what the software promises and what their compliance program actually needs. Sometimes those gaps appear as the business grows. Other times, the system simply wasn't the right fit from the beginning. Either way, the patterns behind these decisions tend to be very consistent. One of the most common triggers for switching screening software is when the screening becomes operationally unsustainable. For example, we spoke with an organization whose compliance team was reviewing thousands of alerts every week. The system technically performed screening, but it lacked capabilities like risk-based prioritization, automated rescreening, centralized reporting, and audit trails. So analysts were spending most of their time clearing alerts and documenting decisions manually. In another case, a university told us that their screening and review cycles could take 2 to 3 months because results were tracked across multiple documents and systems. Eventually, the team realized they needed more robust capabilities, things like advanced search tuning to reduce false positives, collaborative workflows for reviewing alerts, and system-generated audit trails. Solutions like Descartes denied party screening are designed to support these operational realities. Another reason organizations reevaluate their screening solution is new or emerging compliance risks. Trade compliance programs today often need to cover far more than traditional sanctions screening. For example, many organizations are now looking to identify forced labor risks in their supply chains. Others reassess their screening tools when regulatory developments like address-only sanctions lists and the BIS 50% ownership rule highlighted the need to detect more complex ownership structures. We've seen several companies realize that the tool that they originally chose, often because it was inexpensive, simply didn't provide the intelligence needed to address these newer risks. That's when they begin looking for a platform that can expand with their compliance program, and they usually come to us. Growth can also expose weaknesses in an existing screening solution. Recently, we worked with a global manufacturer operating more than 200 business units worldwide. Each business unit had its own screening process, some used different vendors, and others weren't screening consistently at all. What they needed was one centralized platform that could support consistent compliance workflows across their global operations. Because our solutions operate on the Descartes Global Logistics Network, organizations can connect screening across international operations while maintaining centralized visibility and control. For companies operating globally, that kind of infrastructure becomes increasingly important. We've also seen situations where organizations reassess their screening capabilities because of scale or regulatory pressure. For example, one e-commerce platform we worked with needed to screen more than 60 million transactions each year. At that scale, automation and system performance becomes critical. In other cases, companies reevaluate their screening programs after enforcement actions or voluntary disclosures, and regulators expect them to demonstrate stronger compliance controls. When companies begin evaluating replacement solutions, they usually want to understand how the software performs in real operational environments, because they are already experiencing compliance gaps with their existing tools. During the evaluation process, many turn to independent reviews like G2. Those reviews allow buyers to hear directly from other users who have implemented the software and experience the operational benefits firsthand, not just from what vendors claim in marketing materials. In fact, we've seen organizations discover our solution directly through G2 reviews. For example, users on G2 have rated the Descartes denied party screening solution as providing the best results, the best support, the easiest setup, and easiest to do business with across all company sizes, from small business to enterprise level. Our solution has been ranked by users as one of the top 50 best enterprise solutions in its category for 3 consecutive years. That kind of insight from real users can be incredibly valuable when evaluating options. What all these situations have in common is that compliance programs evolve, operations grow, regulations change, and risk exposure increases. We often see that compliance matures through stages from manual screening to more automated and integrated compliance systems. That's why leading compliance teams choose solutions that are modular and scalable, platforms that can expand as their compliance requirements evolve. Because the right screening solution shouldn't be something you outgrow. It's something your compliance program can grow with from the beginning. If you'd like a deeper look at how Descartes can meet your denied party screening needs today and tomorrow, please contact us via the link in the comments box below.